Freedom of speech does not protect you praising North Korean regime or Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, yeah, you will go to prison for that. Yeah, that's a very strict law in Korea, and we still have that law, active law.
National Intelligence Security Charge. Does anybody know what the that mean? The detective looked me in the eye and he said, Johnny, do you know where North Korea is? I said, it's the dumbass country, like north of here, like straight.
So guys, we just got a shocking update about Johnny Somali, and this might be the most serious development yet. This time, it's not just public outrage or social media backlash. South Korean prosecutors have revealed that Johnny Somali could actually be charged under the country's national security law. Yes, you heard that right. According to South Korean law, making statements that provoke North Korea, praise its leadership, or support its regime while standing on South Korean soil is not considered free speech. It's viewed as a direct threat to national security. And that's exactly what Johnny Somali did. He mocked the Korean War, insulted victims, and made remarks that could easily be interpreted as praise for the North, all while live streaming from South Korea. That's why prosecutors are preparing to hit him with charges under South Korea's National Intelligence and Security Act. And if he's found guilty, this isn't just a fine or a slap on the wrist. We're talking about real jail time. That's how serious this law is. But this case is different from everything before. This isn't about a streamer being disrespectful for views. This is about a foreigner being treated as a political problem, someone prosecutors now see as a threat to national security. His next trial is coming up very soon, and this one could officially label him an enemy of the state in South Korea. So what exactly did he do this time? Why has he crossed a line that could land him in prison? And what are the chances he actually ends up behind bars? Let's break it all down. First, I want to show you a clip from a South Korean legal expert who explains this law in no uncertain terms. He makes it very clear. If anyone praises Kim Jong-un or the North Korean regime in public, you will be arrested and you will go to prison. In Korea, you can openly support other political systems like communism, anarchism, or totalitarianism under freedom of speech. But North Korea is different. Praising its leadership is a criminal act. It's still an act of law, and the government takes it extremely seriously. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes, if a foreigner says something without understanding the history, they might be given the benefit of the doubt. They could escape with just a warning or deportation. But Johnny Somali? He's not getting that pass, and I'll explain why.
If we praise Kim Jong-un or North Korea in public, we get arrested and will be imprisoned. Freedom of speech does not protect you praising North Korean regime or Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader. Yeah, in fact, we can praise totalitarianism or communism or anarchism, of course. That all falls within the freedom of speech. However, praising North Korea, Kim Jong-un, yeah, you will go to prison for that. Yeah, that's a very strict law in Korea, and we still have that law, active law. So be careful with that. Yeah. The only way to avoid the imprisonment, even after you praise Kim Jong-un or North Korean regime, is that you must explain to the police that you didn't actually know about North Korean regime or Kim Jong-un, that they were the nemesis, the main enemy of Korean government. I mean, of South Korea. But yeah, you can be forgiven if you are a foreigner, because you might not understand the long history of inter-Korean relationship. But still, yeah, you can face criminal punishment for that.
This man has been in South Korea long enough to know exactly what's illegal. And more importantly, he's bragged about it. He's directly threatened South Korea's National Intelligence Service, saying he'll provoke North Korea, and no one can stop him. If you need proof, just watch this clip.
They say the National Intelligence Service is gonna come get me. Tell them come find me. I ain't scared of them. Shout out North Korea. Shout out Pyongyang. Shout out Kim Jong-un. That's my till the day I die. South Korea.
That's not an accident. That's not ignorance. That's intentional provocation. And it's not the first time. He's repeatedly name-dropped Kim Jong-un, made jokes about nuking South Korea, and openly sided with the North in his streams.
Until Kim Jong-un nuke this shit, I just don't want to be here when Kim Jong-un press that red button. They nuke this shit so shit turned to Fallout New Vegas. No, please, Kim Jong-un, press that button.
For years, Johnny Somali has been disrespecting South Korea without any serious consequences. From mocking sensitive historical sites, like the Comfort Woman statue, to making political statements that cross every possible line, he's pushed boundaries and gotten away with it. But now, the game might finally be over. Because this time, prosecutors are officially involved. And let's not forget, the Comfort Woman statue is one of the most emotional symbols in South Korean history. To disrespect it isn't just bad taste, it's a national insult. But Johnny doubled down. He went near the North Korean border and said things like, "I think North Korea is fascist, but at least they're honest. South Korea is secretly fascist because they take silly actions when I make fun of their statues."
The Lord, thank God. Shout out Kim Jong-un, shout out Pyongyang. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. The reason why I respect North Korea is because they're dystopian. They are fascist place, but they don't lie about it. South Korea is just as fascist. You just lie about it. I touched the statue, so you guys are trying to silence me, murder me, and then jail me. So I might as well be in North Korea.
At this point, the evidence is overwhelming. He's provoked North Korea multiple times, mocked South Korea's national security, and challenged the system like he's untouchable. So why didn't authorities act sooner? Because Johnny is smart when it comes to dodging consequences. He plays the clueless foreigner card. When questioned by detectives, he'll claim he doesn't understand the law or just stay silent. Here's one example from his own words.
National Intelligence Security Charge. Does anybody know what the that means? I got interrogated 2 days ago. It's March 6th. The detective looked me in the eye and he said, "Johnny, do you know where North Korea is?" I said, "It's the dumbass guy, like north of here." Like straight up, I told homie. I said, "North of here? Like what are you talking about? North of here? Like this is a stupid ass question." And then he asked me, "What's your relationship with North Korean communists?" I said, "Right to remain silent."
That's not ignorance. That's calculated. He's a performer who knows how to push just far enough to get attention, then play dumb when the heat comes. And now, prosecutors seem ready to stop playing his game. If he's charged and convicted under the national security law, Johnny Somali could be spending a long time in a South Korean prison before they even consider deportation. The reality is this: in South Korea, you can say a lot under freedom of speech, but you cannot openly praise the regime that the country is technically still at war with. This isn't just about opinion. It's about a law tied to national survival. If Johnny Somali keeps pretending this is just about being silenced, he's going to find out the hard way that South Korean courts don't care about his streaming career, his excuses, or his shock content. And honestly, if South Korean authorities don't move decisively now, he's going to keep pushing the limits, because that's his entire brand. So what do you think? Should Johnny Somali be punished under South Korean law? Should they make an example out of him? Or do you think this is still just a case of a troll going too far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.